Just gonna wait a second. So I let some traction come through and then give a car a little bit of more time.
Too.
Yeah. It's the way it works. The program streams it through YouTube, and this is where it's recorded and saved everything.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? We just waiting on the other guest car to come in, and so once she come in, we'll go ahead and get started with the introduction and allow everybody to introduce themselves. You know, if you got any questions or anything, please feel free to put it in the chat. I'm gonna do my best to read through them. You know, as we communicate and have these conversations. But just bear with us for a second, okay? If y'all can hear me, let me know in the chat. Comment something, let me know. That way I know y'all hear me just fine. And y'all hear my sister Faith.
Yeah, I hear me. Look, I'm over here still celebrating because our little town has never won a state championship, and we won tonight in Jerry Stadium.
Oh yeah. Mike is still playing football.
Yep, we're in
And let us
basketball
know if
season
y'all.
right now.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, cool. That boy done grown. Let us know if you can hear us in the chat. I see the girls too. The girls done grown everything, man.
Listen, working. One of them, the oldest one, she
Yeah.
next year when she walk away with her degree in high school, and now she's in the top 6%. So we're about to start college tours
Yeah.
here over this winter
Oh
break.
wow.
Baby
Wow.
girl is
See.
yeah, the baby girl is big in theater now, so she's been doing plays and
Yeah.
choir concerts, and so
Yeah. That's crazy, man. That's beautiful though. Them girls are grown. They always knew they were smart, intellectual, everything. And so I like it. I
yeah,
love it. I love to see it. I remember my first time seeing
the
them in a
tech.
long time. You posted, yeah, you posted them on Facebook. I was just like, nah, they grew up. They were, especially with JoJo. I was like, nah, JoJo ain't grown. I'm like, nah, ain't no
Listen,
way.
listen, listen. JoJo is a whole adult with his own doing it, got his own
Yeah.
apartment, doing everything. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's a
that's
different space to
crazy. I'm
be.
proud of you.
Yeah,
That's real.
I
Yeah,
am too. Definitely a different
that's
space to
crazy.
be in. Definitely a different space to be in with a
Yeah. Oh
grown
yeah.
kid.
You almost got all of them out the house. Almost. You should go have Michael left. After a while, what? I
Look,
got a long
but
ways to
see,
go.
my husband doesn't have a child, so that might be,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
I have to start that
Hey.
thing all the way
I
over
might just
again.
do it. What? More power to you. I'm good. I'm good. It's gotta be a whole
No, you
lot
got no
better
choice.
situation. Yeah, I'm good. It's gotta be a good situation for me to have another one. And then I gotta like be like 80 to 90% sure I'm finna have a boy. I can't have no more girls. I'm good. I'm good. I done had enough of that
Hey,
princess treatment. I can't do it.
that they make it to where you can pick the gender. So
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, shoot, boy, they head full. Kalia, she talking ear off all day from the time you get her to the time you leave her. She talking all day. Then Ava's just a little, but Ava is talking more now, so I'm like really happy about that. So I think last time I had Ava, I told her I love you, and she said I love you too. She said it in such a soft way. I was like, nah, no, no, baby, what? Made my heart melt. You feel me?
I bet it is. I bet it is, and
Yeah,
it'll continue. It's gonna melt and break a
yeah.
few times.
I already know it. Boy, that's gonna be. I got girls. That's crazy. I used to want all girls though, but look at me now. I got a lot of girls. Now I want a boy. Like,
I didn't want any girls, but I ended up with two.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm. I knew I didn't want
Man,
nothing.
that's crazy. Now I ain't gonna lie. Now that I got girls and she had a boy, it made me realize, okay, maybe I want a boy. I ain't gonna cap. Maybe I want a boy. It's a whole different vibe. You feel me? It's like I can't beat it as a man. Like my girls, they just want to spend their money, be lovey dovey. You know, me and Khalil, somebody able to go to the nail shop. That's about it. You know, all the other girls still, I try to, get in touch with it. They have maybe software and stuff, but most of that stuff is gonna be for their mama. Daddy, you right in daddy lane. Come on. Yeah. Well, I'm always
So you
understanding,
know,
mama.
so agree. You know, like lately there's been like a trend of that girly things, like girls paint their nails, their toenails, or there was even like a whole dad who had put on a tutu for his child, so you don't see yourself
Yeah.
as being towards that trend, or do you even consider
I
it a
will
trend?
just for my girls. I don't even think it's a trend.
Mm.
I mean, we parents, we men, we do whatever for. That's what I see. I would like. I play dress up with them, everything, just so expect me to put on no heels. But but I'll sit at the little tea party, whatever they want me to do. Give me a Danish, whatever, a skull, whatever they want. A latte, whatever they call it. The little fake menus,
Yeah.
cause see, that's what we used to do growing up. My grandma, we used to have fake menu, fake restaurant. My grandma bring us cheese and crackers straight from Save a Lot. And so because we in the chilling, we got the cartoons going. We like our grandma. We living. So sure, I'm down for it with my girls. I ain't tripping off that. I believe a man should be able to do certain things with his girls or his girl without being demasculated. 'Cause, I mean, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, I like getting my feet done. I like getting my hands done and stuff. I love that stuff. Now, am I getting it painted? No, I probably do a clear coat, but that's about it.
A little
Ain't
harder.
gonna get like Drake and them. Like, I ain't finna do all that. Like Yachty and Drake and them been doing all these rappers been doing now. That just ain't for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, other than that, oh shoot, Carter hit me. Hold up 1 second, cause that's what we waiting on. All right, everybody, car is on the way to the hotel. Waiting on her right now, really. If you in the chat, if y'all can hear us, type in the chat, type in the comments. Let me know. Can y'all hear us? That way I know we good. And we're gonna kick the show off. We're gonna be waiting on the car. So welcome to A Million Mind Podcast, where we have a million subjects and a million opinions on the subject. Today we have two special guests. This one right here on screen, this is like my guardian angel, my big sister. I love her to death. She's always been there for me, well knowledgeable on a lot of things. Matter of fact, the next recorded episode is gonna be her. This the tax lady, y'all. So if y'all got any questions, hit me up. I will ask them anything that we can debunk. What it is, we gonna get to it. But this is my sister, Faith. And Faith, if you would
Hey,
go ahead and
y'all.
introduce yourself.
Hey, I am Faith. Like you said, I am the big sister. I um, I am the tech, but I also do other things outside of tech. I'm a mom. I'm a recently married. I still consider myself newly married. I've only been married 3 years. To my husband, who's an actor. You probably see me share a bunch of his stuff on my social media platform. I got 4 babies. There was 2 of them on the way to be an adult, and I'm the youngest one. So that's enough about me. I'm out here in the Dallas area. I'm originally from TK, but I had to relocate because the money in Texarkana wasn't where it was at. So I had to get away from that.
Facts. Yeah, y'all. If y'all ever run across her stuff on Facebook and her husband, he funny. I still haven't properly met him. I kind of met him yesterday while we was test running stuff. But he is funny. Y'all think I'm funny? He funny, and he actually does great production work. Everything. Real talented dude from the work I've seen so far. Like real talented. Okay, so talk to us about married life. I'm interested in it because I haven't been married yet. You know that. My sister-in-law, but how is it? Explain it because I think this generation nowadays, marriage is iffy. You know what I'm saying? We see all these celebrities from Tiana Taylor, Cardi B, and Offset right now, just divorcing. And so, just give a little insight on it. What do you think about marriage? Your beliefs of marriage. How do y'all keep it glued together? Because I low key see our relationship and I love
Well, it takes a
it.
lot of
Yeah.
work. I'm gonna be honest. Hard. You hear people say it takes a lot of work, but that the work is not even necessarily you trying to work on your partner. It's really constant work on yourself in a marriage because a marriage will reveal who you are or those things that you thought you perfected. They'll make you realize, like, yeah, I ain't arrived yet. So I've
Yeah.
enjoyed marriage because it has grown me as a person, and um, and I've seen how because my husband has no children. All of my kids have like taken to him, and I've seen how the dynamic of bringing him in has changed and just kind of put like a whole different spin on how I run my household. And so I absolutely love it. I hate that we are in a culture of where I'm not even going to say that they just give up or marriage isn't the goal because it's not a goal for everybody, and that's okay.
Right.
But just I think a lot of people get into marriage with the misunderstanding of whatever problems y'all had is fixed by a ring or fixed by a piece of paper, and it just does not work like
I
that.
feel you. Facts, it don't. I totally agree with you on that, most definitely. And I haven't even been married. It's just, I have a strong belief in that you have to. I mean, for one, you're not gonna wake up the same person. I feel like every day. I can't expect you to
Mm-mm.
wake up the same person every. I'm not expecting that. But what I do expect is we need to learn how to communicate. We have to talk. And even through the hard times, you know what I'm saying? You might dislike me or hate me for the moment, for that day, maybe for the week. But at the end result, long as you choosing me, you know what I'm saying? And long as I'm choosing you, I think that what determines a lot in marriage. You gotta want to fight for it. And I think nowadays people have this conception of options and think options are just, greater than sticking with your partner. And I just don't believe that because I've been there. You can have a million options, even just in a relationship without being married. And the moment you think your options are better than what you have, it's the moment you break your own heart. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, dating pool sucks. It sucks. It's trash. It's pee in it.
You can't.
And it's
No,
just, I don't know. People
no, I'm
just,
not gonna let you out. No, no. The dating, what sucks is the social media has presented this image of what the look like, and so we are.
right,
A
right,
lot of
right.
people are hoping to get what social media. For a long
Yeah.
time, everybody was like, "Oh, look at Taylor. Look at how her and her husband
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. Facts, facts, facts.
They got one on behind closed doors." And so, no,
Right.
doesn't stuff because you are the dating pool. So you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
facts,
So
facts, facts. Yeah.
you have to if you don't know what you want, then of course you're gonna attract a bunch of inconsistent people. I we jump into dating not knowing who we are, or not understanding that during this dating phase, I don't have a complete person that I can still be developing myself and not be this false expectation of what marriage goals look like. Everybody always looking at social media for marriage goals and forget to go look at
Yeah.
some of our grandparents that have had lasting relationships. We want the celebrity relationships.
Right, right, facts. And I think that is another part of it. People ain't realistic no more. They living in this fantasy, which is social media. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe that's the damaging Lamborghini truck or whatever for Ari. I don't know. I don't know where people get the like. Come on now, be for real. Like it's like on the last show
Yeah.
I did. Yo, average Americans. Come on now, we making like 40, 30,000, bro. Like you asking for a man to make double that, basically another salary for you. You know what I'm saying, for the woman
Mm.
to take care of her and stuff. And so I don't know. I think people misconception is all like it's a big misconception on it. Like it's just everybody's living in this fantasy world. They watching Kim K, BBL, this ain't dealing with broke dad. Gotta have some money. And I don't know. I just think it's replaceable. And I just don't believe that. You just can't replace anybody. I really don't believe that.
You can. You
Yeah.
I believe everybody is replaceable. But the problem is you're replacing what you really
What's up,
wanted.
y'all?
That's the problem. And so you think people
Yeah,
get
yeah.
out here and they're like, okay, I'm good. Like I'm gonna go ahead and dip over here because ain't nobody putting a ring on this. But even now, even if somebody putting a ring on it, people are like, they don't have the commitment is not there. Now I'm not
Yeah,
saying to
facts,
stay in
facts, facts.
something that's like just complete trash, you being abused. I'm not
Yeah, facts, most definitely.
stay in a situation like that. But we jump in relationships, we like you said, that we feel like we can just jump whenever we feel like it. Not that it's not any fight. It's
Right.
just there's no commitment. We don't. But listen, again, it goes back to social media. We're not even committed to letting the microwave seconds of popping popcorn now. We want everything now, and so we get bored. You know what I mean? So we don't
Convenience.
even take
I think the word would be
time.
convenience.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, convenience. Yeah, that's more so because I mean, people love convenience nowadays. And I mean, like you said,
yeah.
in TikTok videos, most people attention span isn't long enough. You know, it's like
Mm-mm.
the dashboard. If you look at the analytics on Facebook, it shows like 3 second videos.
Yep,
Like it's
3 seconds.
entertaining. Cause people always wonder why they can't blow up on YouTube, Facebook, this and that. It is hard to retain people. People attention spans are very, very short. Like, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that can relate to the dating world. You know, people attention spans are very short. 'Cause I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it can be very boring. Boring. Dating can be very boring.
Oh,
Not
absolutely.
that bad women or anything. Yeah, like I've met plenty of women that I feel like this ain't gonna work. My attention isn't there no more because they you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
no good, you know, and so
But
I
is
can
that
understand it most
mentally?
definitely.
So is
For the
when
most
you
part,
say
yeah,
your attention is an mental?
yeah, it's mentally because most times, um, you know what I'm saying? For me, I've experienced where most times I have to carry the conversation. And you know me,
Yeah.
much as I love talking and stuff, I love deep conversations. I love it. But if I gotta carry it every single day, it's gonna get to the point you ain't gonna get a good morning text from me. I'm going to work, I'm doing my work day, get done, I'll talk to you when I get a chance. That's just how I feel about it, straight up.
So do you? But
And so
if you
yeah,
run into if you running into a situation like that, is it necessarily her, or maybe you haven't got her interested enough to want to even carry a conversation or to be the
well,
initiator?
Well, see me, I feel like I got great conversation. Like not to be on no
Mhm.
cocky stuff, but I just do. I mean, I know how to. You see my. I know how to engage people, and stuff. So I know how to get people to laugh, smile. I know how to make people days. I know how to talk to people. I mean, I do it for a living, as a salesman, and so it's just something I'm used to. And so I know it's like my move to Little Rock, for instance. Moved here, people just love me out back. It didn't take long, probably like 2, 3 months, and it's because of
Mhm.
how I talk to people, how I handle people. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that know me know I'm just I'm a chill guy. Yes, I can be boring sometimes. That's because probably I don't want to talk. But other than that, I have good conversation. I make people laugh all the time. It's never a dull moment with me. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like now it can be to
But I'm
that
gonna
point
tell you
where
something.
maybe she's just not interested. She bored right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Marriage be boring too. Like it's I don't know. Like people have this idea of like the marriage is like, oh, I'm gonna do this every day. No, I'm quite sure there may be some marriages out there where you're doing all these things all the time. But I'm gonna tell you, life be life, and when you got children involved, especially children that are active, you got a husband that's working, you're working. Somebody gonna be sleepy, somebody not gonna want to talk, and marriage gets boring sometimes. It's not, but I'm not
Yeah,
in it
facts.
to be like I didn't get in marriage to be entertained. So
Exactly. You hit it right on the head. Cause I think about it. From married couples I've watched for years, growing up around and stuff. You know, I always thought of it like this: like, how can I not get tired of somebody?
mm,
I still love you. I can be tired of you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Cause like my generation is just like, oh, clingy. I want to be in your skin and stuff. For me, realistically, it's not that serious. Like, yo, if I love you, I love you. That's not going nowhere. You need your alone time. I need my alone time. You know what I'm saying? I got a life outside of our relationship. I'm pretty like y'all got lives outside of y'all marriage, right?
Yes, and
I
if
feel
you
like
don't,
people
I'm gonna go find you some friends.
exactly. And so I think people are so scarred just in general from people that they feel like if I got my person, I don't need nobody else. And
No,
so do you get the
no.
clean, tight relationships and stuff? And some people wonder why they fail. Like, yeah, y'all ain't letting them breathe. You suffocating the relationship. He can't go out with his guys. You can't go out with your girl. Like, ain't nobody at peace. Ain't nobody really trusted in the situation. Because, I mean, be real, a lot of people are hurt nowadays. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, but also I think we are meant to like operate in twos, but I'm not
right,
even just necessarily going out with another friend because some people are just not friendly people, but just knowing how to be by yourself. That's part of the problem
facts,
when you get into a marriage with a codependent mentality. Like,
facts.
I am dependent on my husband in situations, but I'm not so on him that I can't move without him. Like, I don't ever want to be in a space where
Right.
I operate without him, or I'm out trying to eat dinner, and every 5 minutes I'm checking his Instagram to see if he posted something,
Where you
or
at?
I'm checking the
What you
cameras in
doing?
the house to see if he don't walk by. Like, I don't have time for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Right. Now, I feel you. Because the way I feel about that as well is like, it's kind of like how some women they want a man to come save the day all the time. And so I've even told women before I had this conversation, like, you know, what if I can't get there? What if you have a flat on the interstate? How to change a flat? You don't know how to change oil. You don't know how to put air in the tire. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Well,
like you said, codependent in the sense like I would like for my woman to be able to function without me being around 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
see, yeah, I say this because there's some girls or some women who just not gonna add a tire up, who not gonna change the tire, and that's
Yeah,
okay. But
yeah,
and I still
yeah.
feel like a man can come in and handle that because he may not like. One, she should be able to know how to call a tow truck. You know what I'm saying? But there should be
Facts,
if
right.
you know that's the type of woman you married, then you need to make sure y'all need to make sure together that the finances are there. That hey, if I can't change my tire, then I got a spare $200 to call the tow truck to come change my tire. So you just gotta know who you married. I'm the type of husband he hates it. I would get out there and I would change the light bulb on a car. Like, I am learning to almost like because I was single for so children while I was
Right.
single, in and out of relationships, I learned to be very independent, and it doesn't all independent doesn't really go marriage all the time. And so one of the things that I challenging to this day is letting my husband be a husband. Like, I'm one of those people that
Facts.
like if the car light or the headlight is out, I know how to change it because that's my grandpa was mechanic. So, but my husband prefers that I don't. He's asked that I don't. So
Yeah.
respectful in the manner and to say, hey, I gotta let him know I ain't super saver, Captain Saver nobody,
Yeah.
and just let him the house like he wants to. That's part of the problem is when we come in as independent people, we don't we don't know how to let our husbands be husbands.
True. Some women don't know how. I ain't gonna lie. That's an issue I've had in a past relationship. Um, Overly independent, and so figure out where do I fit in? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you know me, I like helping people. You know what I'm saying? I like being handy. I like doing all that type of stuff. I'm good at that type of stuff. And so it was weird for
Mhm.
me not being able to do such, cause I'm like, and then on top of that, it. I guess you could say wanted me to be a mind reader. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very open with people. Like if I'm dating you, I feel like it's an open door policy. It's not begging. You know, if it's something I don't notice, just come tell me. You know what I'm saying? Come talk to me. Tell me
Yeah,
what's going on. Boom. I get. Huh?
I see. I was that person. I wanted to include my husband to be a mind reader, like, or not even necessarily
Yeah.
a mind reader, but to know how I process things and say, well, I would have
Right.
done this and he didn't do it this way. And so that means that, it creates this whole scenario that's really nothing. So I think one of the biggest things I've learned, one of the things that marriage has taught me, and even dating my husband, and I went through, it's like, I've like disavowed men for a whole, so I didn't even want to date. But what I had to learn was to say, is that really the reality? What I'm creating in my head, is that really the reality of what just happened? Because I'm good at making up whole
Woo!
stories.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah. A little delulu, a little delulu. It's okay though. But yeah, that's because I think that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves though, because like, yo, I'm easy to talk to. You know, I get it. You want me to figure out what you want. Like that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. But be vocal until I get it down pat. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't read your every
You know,
move.
you
Like,
and that's unreal. You know what I'm saying? That's a really unreal expectation. Like, and even with things change, but just like, no, 3 years ago, vanilla ice cream was my favorite. Now it's cookies and cream. So even though you may know who she is today or who a person is today, it may not be that same person. It you know two,
facts.
3 years from
Yeah,
now
that's
because
why I
life
say, yeah, yeah. That's why I say I can't expect you to be the same person all the time.
happens. Mm-mm. So
Okay, so
no, we do have to learn to open our mouths.
yeah, facts. And so tell me, how did y'all, you and your husband, what Larry ain't? How did y'all meet?
We met at
You.
church.
Mhm.
Yeah, we met at church like 17 years ago, but I was friends of, and so
Mhm.
we initially met, but we didn't like connect on the level that we are until like 2018, somewhere around there, 2018, 19. And we were just cool. Like it wasn't, when I was talking to him, we were just friends. And I had
Mhm.
told him, like, when I started getting like just kind of having more conversation with him, I had told him, I was like, hey, I'm not really into relationships. I just came out of a off and on. And he wasn't even looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of us was in a space
Right,
where
right.
we were looking for anything other than conversation and fun. So
Right. Hmm. I like that. I like that. That's different. Okay. Okay. Another year is her.
Sorry.
Just
Yes,
landed.
that took way too long. I'm so
Everybody.
sorry. I am so
Hey, no,
sorry.
it's all good. You know, I understand.
That took a long time.
Everybody, welcome my girl Car. She'll put you in the
hi,
sky and get you
Paul.
high. That's my girl.
Hi.
This is my
Hi.
sister face. But Car, go ahead and give us a introduction of you. Give us a little rundown.
Okay, y'all. I'm Karina. Also named is Car. I'm a flight attendant. I'm a mommy full time flight attendant. Also, one of the biggest goal diggers you'll probably know. I'm a little Facebook comedian on part time.
I'm dead.
I'm too dead.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Well, since you here now, okay. Why do
Okay.
women spare? Why do women egos?
I
And he
think
just dive
women are
right in,
taught.
didn't
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think women are taught to share men's egos. Like, I think that's how we are brought up, and I feel like as a woman, you've always been taught to like make sure you're taking care of a man's feelings and make sure you're not hurting his feelings. And he's a man, so he's right. I think it's just something that you're born with, taught in a way.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. You said what? Yeah. And so my next question is, well, why nowadays is it such a rejection? In a sense, you know what we see on social media every day, all day. F that in all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget your feelings, this and that. I mean, why is it like that now? Due to trauma women have been through.
I think it's more the coming towards of the modern day woman is not being taken care of by the man, so she doesn't feel like she needs to take care of his feelings anymore. I feel like it goes back to when our parents were growing up and our parents were becoming mothers and wives and all that. The men were being men and women were being
Right.
women. Nowadays, the woman is playing both roles in a household, and you come into a household and you want somebody to nurture your feelings when I got a million other things to do. I just don't have time for that. So I feel like that is where it's different nowadays than it used to be because back then a woman had to worry about the household. That's it. Bills are being paid. Her life was pretty okay for the most part, but all she had to worry about was her her house. Nowadays, I gotta go to work. I gotta cook. I gotta make sure these kids get to school, and then you want me to come home and care about your feelings. We doing a lot.
I would say something
I
to
feel
that
you on that.
because
Oh, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
I got something to say to that because I had an ex and I had that very conversation with him because he had this idea of what the relationship should look like. He and his favorite example was his grandparents. Well, my grandmother stayed at home. She raised the kids, and my grandpa was out, and he went and he was doing this and that, and she made sure this was done, the food was done, his drawers was
Right.
clean, and I'm like, "Huh, but your grandma didn't have no other excuse. Like, I'm
And then
sorry,
his
and you
grandpa
not
made
doing
sure all the
grandpa
bills were paid.
right, and your grandpa not doing, and you not doing grandpa things because we split the rent, homeboy. I don't know what you're
And grandpa
talking
built the house. Grandpa know how to fix the tire. Grandpa know how to do the
about.
lights. Like
I'm having
grandpa
fun.
did
So,
all
I don't
that.
want
So
to say
hey man,
uh,
I'm a do right if you know what you're doing. Like, what are you saying?
okay, my question
that
is,
part.
my everything they don't know how to do like handy stuff.
Yes. Yes.
It really
There's
is.
tons
That's
of men out there that
crazy.
don't know how to do the basic AAA things that y'all are supposed to be knowing how to do.
Let me tell you, I had an ex. We're on our way through Oklahoma. Now I know
Yeah.
how to change a tire. I know how to do
Amen.
oil changes because my
All
grandpa
that.
taught me. We get a flat tire. He looked at me. I said, "Well, you better call 911." I'm not doing it.
I'm
Why
not
should
changing
I
no
change a
car.
tire when you sitting right here and you
And see, that's what that little statement right there. The fact that he looked over at you just shows the difference in the type of lifestyle that we live in these days.
Hmm.
A man back then wouldn't even expect that from you. Like
no,
You gonna
no.
change the
that's
time?
where
Mm-mm.
that's where we're wrong right now. Like
But
If
see,
you're
for
not gonna
me,
change the tire, at least know who to call.
but see, for
somebody
me,
gotta change
it's
the
hard.
tire.
It's hard for me to see that because I know how to change the time. I just caught a blowout last weekend on the way to Texas County. The only issue I be having is if I got the equipment. You know what I'm saying? I usually keep the equipment, but sometimes I misplace it, and so it's hard for me. It's off my head to wrap around it. I like to think like me and my friends, we all know how to do this stuff. Like we've been doing it for years, you know. We'll go on a road
Not
trip we
everybody
should
is
go
like me
on
though.
as kids, and dang, we gotta change the tire because we ain't got no money to call nobody back then. Like,
That's not
yeah,
how it is
later.
in real life these days.
That's
Like I
crazy.
said, if you catch the tire, at least have the funds and the knowledge to know who to call. This fool called 911, and I let him.
Because why are we talking, Lizzie? That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's why I don't care
crazy.
about your
That is
feelings.
real life crazy.
That's why I don't
I
care about
feel
your
that. I
feelings.
feel that. Okay. Now let's say the man is making some income. You know the numbers hit 40,000. You know what I'm saying? How do you manage a man's feelings that he's probably making the same as you or less as you or probably just a couple thousand more than you, and so he ultimately can't do what Grandpa did, take care of the whole household. Because I mean, and for one,
For
we
me,
in a whole different yeah. But let me say
okay, well,
this.
I'm gonna just be completely honest, and this gonna probably came off really terrible, but I don't date men that make the same as me or less than me. That's just
Why
my
is that?
preference. I prefer not to. I don't because I don't want any man that can't afford my lifestyle or afford me in his lifestyle. So I'm a single mother. Like I have things to think about when I'm out here dating. So a long time ago, I dated a man that was not financially stable in the sense of he made less money than me, and I just did not enjoy the experience. Later on in life, I dated a man that made more money than me, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna be on this side of it. And I feel like in the dating world, you have a lot of choices. You can pick and
Yeah,
choose what you like. And I feel like a lot of people get into situations with people that they don't really like. That ain't even your preference. Why you over there? You don't even like girls with glasses. Why you coming to talk to me? Now we got issues. Like, why you talking to a skinny girl and you like thick girls? That's a problem. So I
Yep.
would never put myself in a situation with a man that's like making less than me or the same as me because that's not what I like. So like I already know we're gonna have issues because I like nice things. I like somebody to be like, hey, let me pay you for a couple days off. I like this. If you can't do that for me, I'm sorry. That might
yeah,
sound terrible, but that's my preference, you know?
Yep. And it's not. We were talking about that earlier. I mentioned that earlier. Is the problem is a lot of people jump into something with the idea of what they think they want, and it's not right.
That's
So
not
if
even what
that's
you
your
like.
preference, there's nothing absolutely wrong with that. Me, I know I'm in a situation, or my lifestyle is like I'm okay with someone who makes as the same amount as me, or even may have like makes more than me or whatever. But what
Right.
not the things that I'm not okay with is somebody who can't support me. Because I've been in a situation where I've had the man that made more than me, and my life was a living hell.
Right.
So
I
it's me
completely
understanding
I agree.
what I really want in that man. And at the end of the day, if I'm going to I need to be with somebody who I know that is not going to put me in a nursing home. I don't want a man that's going to put me in a nursing home. I want a man that's going to be there. And sometimes he may not make that amount of money as me,
Right.
or more money than me. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody has their non-negotiables. Like I said,
Mm-hmm,
I dated certain guys, and I'm just like, and again, that goes back to like dating. A lot of problem in
mm-hmm,
the world today is a lot of women, men, they don't date. They like out here just you with one person for 4 to 5 years, and you like this my type. Y'all break up, that's the end of your life, and then you go, you don't even know what else to do because you thought that was your type all along. You like Lucy instead of Anna. Like, no, you need to date so you can know what your type is and what you're looking for. And when you get out there, you can be like, I like this. I don't care about the money as
okay,
long as you make sure I'm good. Like
yep,
that's all you gotta worry about. That's how I feel.
yeah.
Like
And
I
you
ain't
know
did
what?
my time. I ain't dated. I've been out here. I like this. I don't like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta do that. Like sometimes everything ain't for you. Everything is not for you.
It is not. And I agree with that. I think part of the issue is as well is some of us don't I was never taught how to date. I came from such
Exactly.
a religious home that whenever you date, like we were taught to date to marry, and so
Amen.
I had this conversation with my sister Brianna, and I was like, it was so hard for me to be able to say I'm gonna go Monday. I'm going out with Jack. Tuesday I'm going out with Sam. Thursday
Same.
I'm going out with Derek, and
Same.
not have condemnation from just conversations that you
Because of
have with
how we were
parents. And
taught as
so,
women. As women, we're
mhm,
taught like you find you one man, you settle down, you give him your life, and that's your husband, and that's who you're supposed to be with. I was taught the same
mhm,
way. It didn't work out for me later on in life. I'm
mhm.
like, you know what? And I sat down, I had a conversation with my mom, my grandma, and I said, like, hey, I like Steven and I like Joe. So I want to go see what's up with both of them.
Right.
If I like Steven and Joe, I'm trying to see what's up with Joe and Steven. Because why I gotta pick? Why I gotta pick?
Right.
Because what if they not? What if Bob is who I'm supposed to be with, and now I'm over here picking Steven because I'm just dating Steve? I don't feel like that. It never. I couldn't wrap my head around it. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's
Right.
how we're programmed as women to think that dating is something wrong and you a hoe because you date. Like what? Like what are you
Yeah.
supposed? What? How are you supposed to know what you like? How you know
Yeah.
what? How you know what type of food you like unless you even tried it? Like
Yeah.
I don't understand like how women get into this thing like this is my type. How is that your type? You ain't even tried nothing else. You don't even know if you like that. How you know?
Yeah.
That's why I
Exactly.
feel like you gotta test run some just to see like here and there where it go. Like every once in a while. Like I feel like if you put all your eggs in one basket, then you and Steven break up, now you're stuck. Cause Bob over
And now
there was
you left trying, you left with
now you
the
left
Bernadette
trying to pick up
syndrome.
the
You're cutting
pieces.
off your hair. You're going to nursing school.
Now
You
you
know,
one of them bitter black women that they be talking about on the internet because you mad at Steven and Steven wasn't even your type. You should have went with Bob.
no,
Like, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People be talking about,
that.
oh, you gotta find woman. You gotta date.
Mhm.
You have to date, and you have to be ready to date. A lot of people be out here dating and they not ready to date. You
Yep.
gotta when you date, you need to be out here. Men too. Men be dating. You can't even afford to date right now, baby. You need to get your life together first, and then you go date. Why you
Mhm.
dating? Why you coming to my inbox and you can't afford this?
Yeah.
I will tell you straight. I'm not your type, baby. You can't do nothing over here. Another couple girls, maybe. Me, no. When you're ready, you take that step out, and I'll see you in a couple years.
If
That's
I'm
just
Okay.
what
available.
I want. If
Good
I'm still
question.
available,
Here
might
go a
not
good question for you.
I might not be available anymore. We ain't got no.
How do I put it? So for a certain, do y'all feel like a certain woman has to women have to be at a certain point in their life to date certain men?
Yes.
I think I think eventually you have to even just get in the mindset of, like, some people are like, you go through different dating phases where you're dating
Right.
and you're just trying to figure out what it is you even like. Do I even want to be married? You could be like Tracy Ellis Ross, who's like, baby, I'm auntie forever. I don't want to be married.
I,
You know,
I'm head over. I don't want to be married. That ain't
you
me. You gotta know that.
yeah. And see, and no matter what relationship I had, I knew my end goal was marriage. And so, um, and at first my end goal was marriage is because that's what I was taught to have. But then I learned my end goal was marriage is because I just I like the married life. I like going into bed the same night with the same person. I like getting on his nerves, and every day, even if he's gotten on my nerves, I still choose him. And so I knew
Amen.
that that's what I wanted, but I had to be real with myself and realize in all the past relationships, I was just
You out here playing.
lusting. I was
You was
like,
out here.
it was cute.
It
It
was
was
playing.
cute.
And I feel like the same way. I feel like to go to your question, I think definitely like you cannot same as men. Women be setting themselves up for situations. There is no I don't know how you think you're gonna get to a high value man and your life is not together. Like that don't make sense. Like no man is gonna be looking at you, baby, and you ain't got your shit
Tell
together.
them, Carl,
That
cause
don't
they
make
don't understand.
where he gonna take you? Like I be trying to like I'm not even trying to be funny, but like where he gonna take you when you got
Yeah.
your long extendo nails on and your big hoops and your where he gonna
I,
take you, mommy? Like I
yeah.
mean, like I feel like you gotta be in that place in your life to be like, if that's what you're looking for. Now, like if you're just looking for like a little, a little one
Trick.
of them, that might be the lifestyle for you. But like I feel like if you're
Yeah.
Mhm.
trying to look for a man that is like high value, that's gonna take his time out to build with you, invest in you, and this and that, you have to be something to be invested in. Like a lot of people be looking
Right.
for stuff, and you're not even what dreams you have, what goals you have. You don't even know what you want to do with your life, and you
Now
want somebody to come and rescue you. Like that don't make
that
sense.
brings me to the point of like worth, because I think some overevaluate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Not to, talk down on what
Ain't
they
nothing
feel like
wrong with
they're
that.
worth,
Nothing
That,
wrong with
but
yeah,
that.
I think.
it's
I think. Go ahead.
no. I was saying like it's like a lot of men don't even get their life together, but they want a bad, a baddie and
Come on,
stuff. Like, bro, do you know what it takes? Like, and so
bro.
I
You
feel
got
like
three
for
baby mamas. You over here
yeah, but
talking, dudes be out here
yeah,
talking a mess on Facebook about women this, women that, and you don't have your life together.
That's the
You over
first
here
right,
thing I
arguing with
used to
every
do.
baby mama you got. You
The
got three different baby mamas. I can respect, like I tell people all the time, I can respect the men that have multiple women, mothers, children, but as long as everybody is taken care of, every life is good. Like I just don't believe that men understand their worth in situations. Like they think
hmm
their worth is value based off of a woman that they have at that time. Like when they're by themselves, men don't know how to be by themselves. So you have to like until you get to a certain age. I always say men get to a certain age and then they're like, okay, let me work on me first.
hmm
Until they get to that age, they not like worried about that. Like you got nice ass, some cute little face. Like that's all they care about.
hmm
Before then, like no. I think men
see,
need
for
to put their
men, the
worth
way we
first
are
and then
taught
go off.
though, the way men are taught, because I was raised by my grandparents, but yet, I ran the streets and shit, so I learned what the streets
I'm
was
about to say your
teaching
granny did not
too.
teach you that. I know she didn't.
Yeah,
I'm about to say I know
well,
your
see,
granny
my
didn't teach
folks,
you
like they know, like that. But once I got like running the streets and stuff and learning how to go in the streets, literally in the streets, they just teach you like, get money, FB. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
that's the
no, no, no,
motive.
no, 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 no.
But that's your
You
okay
can't
at that
sit
point.
here
Then
and
that's your value of your person as a man, though. Like your value is the streets. So
you
like you should be
chose
going
that.
after street females. You can't
Right.
expect a high value female, just like I said about men and women. You can't be out here thinking you finna get a I don't even know who to say because I don't know. But you can't think you getting this Meghan Markle and you in the trap house. That makes no sense. Something like
But the thing is
But
he's like the street. He's like the streets taught me that. Like my no, you chose what the streets taught because you had what your grandma
you
taught you,
had with your
but
grandma,
you
you chose
chose to.
a
So
man.
no, and even in the streets, you can see how those relationships play out. You be like, he be doing. Y'all had a conversation with your boys. You know you doing Shawty wrong. Shawty be holding it
Right.
down for you. Why you doing little mama like that?
Why are you doing her
And
like that?
y'all have those conversations, but y'all still choose to do what make you feel good in the moment. So it ain't what you taught, it's what you choosing. That like
Right.
because you saw something different.
I keep
And a
that.
lot
I
of men
keep
are like
that.
that. A lot of men have. I mean, there are men that have had struggle in their life, and but I feel like in a lot of our upbringing, it's about choices. Like my mama didn't raise me how I was. Like my mama did a damn good job, but I know she wasn't like this girl gonna be a serial dater when she grow up. Like I know she didn't see it. I know she
Yeah.
did. Because I remember saying, when I remember the first time I was proposed to and I said no to it, my mom said, why? Like, why are you saying no? I don't feel like getting married. Like, if I don't want to get married, I'm not going to get married. And that was
hmm
confusing for them. So I know I wasn't raised like that, but I feel like you choose what lifestyle you want to embark on. And then that's just it. Like, you have the lessons that your parents have taught you and how they've been raised and all that. And I learned from my mom, definitely. I learned some things like, okay, I'm going to do that. Or, okay, I'm not going to do that and then you
hmm
just go from that. So I don't think the streets and all that because y'all have choices and all that, and you have a choice to leave the streets at any point. You can go
Yeah,
inside.
facts. Most definitely.
You ain't gotta
Most
be
definitely.
outside. You
I
can go
agree with
inside.
that.
Like you can definitely go inside at any point. I tell people all the time, like the outside gonna always be there, but you can definitely go inside. It ain't nothing wrong with going inside, being a 9 to 5 man and getting your money the normal way. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
'Cause
I agree. I
I
think
mean, I look at my
I want
life.
to say something too. Because she mentioned
Oh, go
what you
ahead,
said.
sis.
No, I
Mhm.
was just saying. I just want to bring up to like that point when she was talking about a high value man, and so, or even if it's a high value woman, you have to figure out what you consider high value. Because I
Right.
have friends that are doctors and they're millionaires. Like I've got some people in my circle that are millionaires, and some of them are like, it's not. They're women, and they're like, I just don't want a man who that's all they have going for them. What I
Right.
want
Right.
is this. So you have to understand. One, you have to understand you and what you
Mm-hmm.
need, and then you can determine what is like. It's kind of like we do in business. We call client avatars. Who is your target client? You kind of
Amen.
do your man like that. Who is your target
Right.
man,
No,
or
for
who is your
sure.
target woman? Because what you consider high value, I may not consider high value.
Exactly, and I feel like that's again like preferences, and then like when you're dating, you have to figure out like you said, like what I consider a high value man, and then like a lot of people boil it down to money. Like I have met high
Mm-hmm.
value men that they don't have a lot of money, but it's the based off of like how they carry themselves. You can see the potential in them. I met a man years ago that I could see, like I knew this nigga, like I met him, I knew him automatically that he was gonna be a millionaire. Fast forward 5 years now, this man is a millionaire now because you can just see
Mm-hmm.
it running. You can see it. So based off of when I first met that man, I knew like, oh yeah, he a high value man. You gotta act a certain way around him. You need to carry yourself a way around him. You can't be on that bullshit with him because he not like that. Even at that point when he
Facts.
wasn't had the dollar signs that he has now. So I feel like it doesn't have to only be about money. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
women do consider that money wise, but like you can say like their emotional like attachment values, like how they see themselves, how they grow, how they a father. Like I met men that are great dads, and I'm like, he a good dad. That's a high value man to me because you don't see that often. You taking care of your kids, you make sure all your kids are. You treat your child's mothers with respect. Like that is a very uncommon
It's
thing.
very
So
high value.
that on my list is top tier. Like that is around the making the amount of money that you need to make. Like I will give a man a chance off of like, damn, he a good dad. I like that. I like a man
Facts.
that's
Mm-hmm.
good
Facts.
dad.
Facts.
Like that. I see you. Like so I feel like
I
it
just
definitely once you see the value and see what that means to you is that's where it goes into like, okay, I like this and I like this and I like that. A lot of women don't do that. So then we just out here dating. Like,
Yep. I just had that conversation with my daughter. We were talking about relationships. She's
you got a
16,
baby.
and I had to. I
How old is
got
your baby?
my oldest is 20.
Girl,
Um, yeah,
not you over here looking fine on here.
my oldest is 20. He's actually getting ready to be 21 in next week.
21? Girl, you
Yeah,
over here
and
looking like you about 23 yourself. I'm not mad at you, Faith. I'm not mad at you.
thank you. But I had that conversation with her because I told her, I said, she was like, relationships, you go through things, this, that, and the other. I said, but you have to understand what you want. I said, because you can have a man that's an excellent husband, but he a sorry
Amen.
daddy. And if you
There's a
know that
lot
you
of
want to
single
have
mothers
children,
that's married out here. And I tell people all the time, I'd much rather be a single mom than a married single mother every day of the
mhm,
week. Because there's
every
no
day of
reason why you got a man in the house and he put a ring on your finger and you by yourself. That's
it.
just
Hmm.
my opinion. But hey, like it's a lot of men that like I mean, and I don't care. My baby daddy like that. Terrible man. Great daddy though. Like
Hmm.
that's just what it is.
Yeah, you
And I
do
feel like
gotta.
a lot
Yeah.
of men
Yeah.
are like
Yeah.
you gotta like limit that out and see what is more important to you. Like when I
Hmm.
first met the man, I was like, oh, okay, we having a great time. Never saw him as a dad because I just didn't think of him like that. But when you see it, I'm like, damn, this nigga really is good. Like I bet to hit the jackpot with him when it comes to Ava because my baby like solid. Terrible,
Facts.
terrible human being though. But great dad. Like I'll
Yeah.
never take that away from him. Like he did his biggest with her. Like, but we could never get along. So I feel like, You got to see and what's most important to you. Like if you like somebody that can be a family man and can be at Thanksgiving saying a prayer, that's what you need to go after. You
That's
don't
what you
need,
exactly.
yeah, you don't need to be with thug that's in the club because he don't know the prayer. Like that's not your thing.
All right, now this
Hmm.
is a subject of I've been in a relationship. Um, Women when they lose their self, like basically forget who they are, either from a relationship or either it's from having kids. You know, dealing with postpartum, everything like that. Because I mean, I've been there, I've seen it, and for me, experiencing it, it's a sad and scary thing to see within women. 'Cause I see it all the time. They've literally lost themselves. They don't know who they are. They have no identity anymore. How do y'all feel about that? How do you feel like you can conquer that? I mean, because of course we're gonna say healing. Of course, you need to heal at some point in form in that type of way to figure out who you are and what you like.
I feel like I'm a huge supporter on therapy and getting help. I completely understand healing, praying, all that great stuff. I love that for y'all. But you need to go to a doctor and you need to get
Hmm.
help. I feel like a lot of things happen in the black community where mothers when they first have their children are looked over as like, oh my God, you're so blessed. This is your greatest life. This is the greatest time of your life. You got a baby, blah 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 blah. And then you forget like, okay, you are naturally having a chemical imbalance in your head that cannot make you okay. And that is like until I went through it myself, sat down, talked to my therapist, doctor, they're like, okay, this is normal. This is normal for you to
Hmm.
go through. We have things to help you go through this process normal. A lot of women suffer in silence because they don't feel normal and that it's not normalized. When you pick up, excuse my French, but when those white people, white women go through this is normal for them. So they go tell their doctors, like, hey, I feel like this. Because in the black community, we don't do that. You like, oh
Yeah,
no,
that's right.
ain't nothing wrong with you. Just pray about it. You'll be all right. Pray about it. No, I need to go tell my doctor I'm not happy. Why are you
But
crying?
you
Like,
know
that's
what?
not okay.
We say black community, but I think we have to take it to black America because
Amen.
I've looked at different countries and even that I have like friends from like Africa and other
Right.
countries. And the one of the thing is, yes, like you said, it's absolutely normal to have that. But America created this, I guess, we can go back to slavery, whatever. But for the black
Yeah.
woman, they created this strong woman
Right.
avatar, and so they took the village from us. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so, but you have like the people like in Africa and and even not just Africa, just other countries who are they have a whole thing where the mother comes in. They have this whole
Right, and
support
they
system.
nurture and they
Yeah,
take care
you
of
know what
their
I'm saying?
women.
They
Yes,
come in
yes,
for like 6 weeks at a time, but over here in independent, INGEPNDP
right.
America, we like no, you girl you get 3 days to go back to work. You know,
We going back to work. You going back to work 3 weeks after you had a baby? Like,
you, you know,
goddamn, I can't even.
or
That's what. No,
you
Now
have to put
not
I
you
doing
now
it.
I agree with that 100%. Cause I mean I see it all the time, bro. It's really sad. Like, and then on top of that, it creates a hard exterior for women. Like I feel like women become tougher, like you said, the independent part. Cause I've met plenty of women. It's like they beautiful women, everything inside and out. It's just I wish they could find an open space within that wall. So, like you said, the other countries do nurture. And I just feel
Right.
like a
There's
lot
no
of,
space
of
given to us
women,
in the states.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I agree with y'all on that, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know on Facebook I be cracking all these jokes, but, I know I've back when I was two, and, just from a bunch of complications, on top of that, just bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And from what was told to me, she, on my second birthday, which is her last birthday for me, she did it. And so, and she had that village. And instead frame, I feel like, I just want to tell women like, yo, it's cool to let down your guard. I understand there's a lot of bull crap dudes out there want to call it niggas, whatever. But like I say, it's and so if you can come to figure out what to do with that, figure out how to pick your person, pick a man, understand when a man is being genuine. I believe black women can have a better support, even though I know it's spooky out here. Weird shit is going on daily to women, periods, and in the world,
Scary,
period. You know what I'm saying? But
scary out
in
here.
the we have to regain a trust between black men and black women. You know what I'm saying? Cause like me, I'm a hard ass, and I love black women where I give the nurturing. I mean, like my sister Faith. There been times she done needed me. I come through. There been times I needed her. She come through. And I think we need to get back to that ground. You know what I'm saying? Because now we just saying, fuck niggas, fuck these, this and that, and it ain't healthy for the community. I mean, we just killing each other off at that point.
Yeah, I definitely believe that. Like you said, like I'll talk shit about black men all day long, but I love me a black man. Like that's just what it is.
Right.
Like I love black men. But I definitely agree with you. There's a separation and there's a divide in the community right now between black women and black men. Like as a black woman, you see it all the time. Like in a lot of spaces, when you want to like be protected by black men, they're just not there. So then I feel like women come hardened, and now is into this thing that is in now, like where you're like you're not looking for no black man to protect you because he wasn't there when he was supposed to protect you in the first place.
Right, right.
So I feel like that's
Now,
where it boils down to now. But I mean, it sucks, but I definitely wish that it would be different for sure.
right,
I
right, right.
think
And
I had this conversation with a friend of mine in Texarkana about just how deep it goes back. It's like sometimes and not just to harp on slavery or whatever, but that has been the entire agenda the whole time is like to keep the black unit separated. And so
Right.
when we got rid of slavery, now how can we keep them separated? Like what can we keep feeding them to keep them from recognizing that the men recognizing that they're needed in the home, even though we keep saying they're not needed. No, we've made ourselves believe that they're not needed, not because that's what we've had to live with. We've had to
Right.
adjust, and now we're comfortable not
that's what y'all
needing
been
them.
taught.
And
Yeah, most definitely.
that's been the agenda the whole time, is to make us not comfortable with our black man, and that's just how I feel about it. It's just
Yeah, facts, facts,
I tell people all the
facts. Yeah,
time, like
cause
I'll never say that I believe a man is not needed in the household. I'm a big the right man needs to be in the household. Like I'm
right,
not gonna
right,
just
right,
put
right.
anybody in my household.
you you
Yeah, you gotta be doing what you're supposed to do now to be in my household. But I definitely believe like the black man is needed in a household with children. As a woman, like you at the end of the day, you are a woman. And I be
yeah,
telling women all the time that like women forget that you are a woman. Baby, you ain't
oh,
supposed to be doing all this by yourself. Like
mm-mm,
that's why you
mm-mm.
stressed out, you tired, you going through the most because you're trying to do everything by yourself. God didn't make just one person. He made
Listen,
two.
God is not by himself. We don't even
Thank
think like
you.
the
He
Father, Son,
never
and
did it
Holy
by
Spirit. He don't even
himself.
by himself.
He didn't do it. So why you trying to do everything by yourself? I just that's never been me. And I
Yeah,
know a lot of women be like, oh, I got it. No, I'm the first one to raise my hand. I need help. I don't have it. Come get me.
yeah.
No,
I'm
I don't.
learning that.
Yeah, come
I'm
get me.
Now,
learning
I'm
that.
not finna, that's my
I agree
man.
with that a
I'm
hundred
not doing that.
percent.
I will not struggle.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean, for me, I've always thought, even being like a man, I probably had this thought way back when I was young. Um, you can get. I feel like it's a level to it. Like, yes, you can get to 100% by yourself. That's at that tier, but then it's that next tier that you need that companionship to get to that next level. Cause I always been taught like in church and everything, like a woman is a man's greatest tool, and so that's always stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And so I always felt like, I'm to myself, I might be 100%, but I'm probably not. So when I get to this next tier, I'm probably 70%, this and that. And I always felt like, okay, should be probably be that 30%, uh, like multiplying for me, whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? So I totally agree. Even as a
Yeah, I just
man,
think a
I
lot of women,
like, no, go ahead.
yeah, they get into that whole independent.
Mhm.
You can do it by yourself. You don't need no. Yeah, no. I mean,
Mhm. Mhm.
when you lay down at nighttime, that pillow get real cold by yourself,
Yeah, yeah,
and
facts,
I feel
facts.
like that's just not natural.
And
Like I
same
feel
for
Listen,
like
men.
as a woman, yeah, like as a man, as a woman, like I feel like our natural instinct is to like a man is he's a protector, like a provider. He wants
Yeah,
to take, and I tell women all the time, a man will take care of anything that he loves. You don't have to do all of that.
you
Y'all
don't.
out here,
facts, facts, facts.
you're doing too much. If you gotta do all that, like you might not be his type. There you go. There again, another type. You might not be it for him, which is okay. You just gotta
Yeah,
find
facts.
somebody that is your type.
Hmm.
Because I
Right, right.
feel like
Cause
a man, you don't have to do. You asked a question on Facebook the other day, like, have you ever asked to do something? Like, I feel like asking is wild. If we asking for stuff, that's crazy. Like, I just think you gotta just like I just ain't never
No,
asked that. Like,
I
that's
have to
crazy.
ask. Yeah, I had like I used to think like that. Like you better know me, and you should be
Now it's
around me.
not about knowing. It's not
Yeah,
about knowing me.
but no, there's certain things like I agree. There's certain things that you just don't have to ask for. Like I used to have that. That was one of the issues that I had with my ex. I'm like, you got a baby. You know the baby need diapers. You know the baby need milk. Like I shouldn't have to ask you for
I'm
those
not
things because
asking.
those are things that are normal with the child. But there are some times that like because we live in this generation that some people do have to be taught. I think it's music that teach me how to love. And some people don't have the capacity to do that.
Teach him how to love you in your love language. I feel
Yeah,
like men love everybody loves differently. So I have
yeah.
no problem with that. I tell people all the time, like, I love gift giving. I love acts of service. That's me. You
Hmm.
need men that are like into learning you and know like, okay, she likes if I put gas in the car for she ain't gotta worry about it in the morning. All right. Like, but at a certain point, like once he learns your love language, there shouldn't be no questions in the morning on Monday morning. Why I ain't got no gas in my car? You know I
Yeah.
like you.
But
So that's why I be
some
saying like
women think
ask me
men are
straight.
supposed to just be mind readers, though. Cause me and Faith talked about it earlier, and so it's like some women do think like men are supposed to be mind readers. Cause I think
Mind
that's one of
readers,
my big,
y'all be a little slow.
huh? Yeah,
They do, baby, but we have to
Y'all
talk.
be
I,
slow.
They do. They do. Listen,
Like
listen,
it's
listen.
not
Oh,
even
he don't
about
get
mind reading. You
listen. And he probably gonna get so mad at me when I tell this story. But my husband, bless his little heart, because he is he's very respectful of the woman as a whole, like the whole dynamic of a woman. And so when I flat out told him, like, don't attempt nothing. Like when we were in the dating phase, I was like, don't attempt nothing because that ain't what I want. But then I started liking dudes,
right.
and so I'm like, he dropping me off, like we going to the movies, he picking me up, he dropping me off, and I'm like all in dude face, like I'm basically lip to lip, and he just like, well, good
Yeah,
night. And I'm
you better set my boy up.
I ain't gonna
he
lie.
was like,
That's how I am. Yeah,
oh my God.
I'm the same way. Cause
Now,
it's like it's a respect thing. Cause we living in a weird time now. Like as a
no,
man,
but it's like a respecting,
really,
and it's a respecting, but it's also common knowledge. Like I can
Yeah.
respect him
no,
for
it,
taking what he said,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but then a
No, but
lot of y'all
it's
be slow. Like why would I be? Why we walk into a restaurant and you on the wrong side? You a grown man. You know
Mhm.
this. Why you ask me out on a date,
nah.
and on the
I ain't gonna
day
lie. Most
day
niggas
you
don't know
text me
that. A lot of men don't know that
ask me
though. I ain't
what
gonna
we
lie.
doing. Why you doing that? That's slow. Like, why we going on a date? You ask me what I like to do. Nigga, if you don't just plan this date, you had already asked me. I feel like you gotta have motions behind your words. Like, don't come to
Facts.
me and ask me, hey, you wanna
I
go out? and you ain't got no plans for me because you got. I tell people all the time, you got about 2 business days with me, and then next.
I know, I feel you,
Things
Carl,
happen.
but the thing is, a lot of men aren't taught how to date. Honestly, if it wasn't for my
They're not.
uncle and my aunt and stuff, I wouldn't know how to date. Like, dead serious. You know what I'm saying? Because my grandparents, they grew up in a whole different era, so we have a disconnect in general just because of the age I am.
For women, that is crazy to me.
I mean, I do now.
Listen. Social media has messed
Yeah.
that up. Listen, you see how somebody was like, they went to Red Lobster. He said, take me to Red Lobster on no first day.
But again,
Like,
hold on. But you gotta know what type of woman that. What I say earlier.
but if you just not showing your inbox, and I've seen you, and and I've just now seen you.
If you've been on my Facebook for the last year, and you see me talking shit about Lil Mama going to Red Lobster, why would you take me to Red Lobster? Slow.
I'm saying, but if there's somebody in passing, you in passing at the airport, and you're like, oh, something about you.
Oh, see, that's different. See,
you know what I'm saying?
That's different.
We as women, I'm gonna be for real. We have, as women, we have standards, but we have also made men feel like they just, you know what I'm saying? Any effort that they give better be 10,000, and then like, and we don't give them the opportunity to make mistakes. Like you might.
Baby, I feel like you should be on 10,000. I'm sorry.
No.
You gotta be. If you're not on 10,000, why is you coming over here? Like I can't relate. Like Red Lobster, I would have went to Red Lobster because I love that little teddy biscuit. And I just heard they got a little flight, so I'm pulling up. Yes.
Yeah.
You on here, you watch me, you want to take me to Red Lobster? Because I'm gonna go.
And,
but I'm just saying.
But reality is,
I feel like you gotta step. You have to step.
I feel you. I feel like a man should step.
But that's the man
but every time, like that's my only. It's like, bro, like I understand, cause y'all women, cause women are like, yo, if you introduce me to this vibe, you gotta be able to maintain that vibe. I feel that, but every day ain't gonna be Ruth Chris. Every date shouldn't have to be Ruth Chris, and that's your bare minimum.
It ain't gotta be every day Ruth Chris, but if you telling this, if this girl like flowers, and you start getting her flowers when you first start dating, yeah, she should be getting flowers as long as y'all dating. I don't care. It costs nothing. It takes nothing to pick up on her cues and say like, oh, she likes flowers.
I mean, I did that. I mean, she got tired of getting flowers though, because they would just die like a mug.
So she can get her flowers every Monday. That's common sense right there. If I was a nigga, that's what I'm doing.
I agree with that.
Put it on a recurrent so she can make sure she get her flowers every week.
But I will say,
my grandmother, she married to her husband like she was married like 70, almost 60 years before she passed. And she told me that's how she knew that my grandfather had a heart attack, because my grandmother liked small things. And his thing was at 9:12, he called I think it was like 9:12 is what she told me. He called my grandmother every day on his first break just to say hello. And the first time he did not say hello, she gave him a few minutes and she was just like, maybe he got busy. But by the second break, she was like, something ain't right. So she called him and found out he had a heart attack. So I totally agree with you that after a certain point, like if you really going after somebody, then you know that person and you can keep it up. You can keep it up.
Dating. I like men, I tell people all the time, I like men that want to date me. Intentional dating. You learn about me. You learn my routine. You know that I'm finna land. And you make sure that I got Uber Eats at my hotel, so I ain't gotta go out to find no food. I like that shit. Like I'm picking up
now,
on you. Like,
now I will say this as a man, 'cause I like the same shit too. 'Cause me, I pay attention. You know, like I like you know who I was dating, and so I could give you a rundown of our schedule. Like literally 7:30 in the morning talk, boom, then boom, probably talk around 11 to 12, boom, this and that, 4 o'clock getting off. Boom, going to go get food this place. What you eat, I already know the restaurants you're going to eat, this and that. But at the same time, I like the same thing too. Cause I think a big pet peeve of mine, even like with family and shit, like my grandmother, Lord bless her, but I know she old, but it's like I told you already. You know, I told you multiple times. You still what you doing? I'm at work. I already told you I don't know what time I'm getting off because it works out for me. If I bust my ass, I get off sooner. If I got complications either with my truck or production, whatever the case is, it's gonna take me longer. I'm on my way to England, Arkansas every this and that day, and pet peeve of mine that I think men want as well though, and I don't think I don't think women really pay attention to their man in detail. You said like they saying though, they somebody that actually like you, and so
Right. A lot of people
I
don't be
think
liking you.
yeah
They
yeah
don't like you. Like a woman, I feel like. I mean, I've dated plenty of people I didn't really like until I dated somebody I really liked. I like, oh, you like this nigga? You going hard, shorty? Like, okay, I'm making sure daddy got some $15. Go get him some Starbucks because I know he's gonna stop there. Like,
right.
you know, and I don't, you know, so I feel like you have to like know what you like, and then it'll be returned. I feel like it's natural for women to like want to take care of a man. That is natural, just like it
Yep.
is natural for a man to want to provide and protect a woman. Those are natural things. So, like,
yeah.
if, like I told you the other day on the Staggies, if we struggling over power and what we supposed to be doing, maybe we not supposed to be together. Because I feel like you shouldn't have to do all of that for somebody that you're supposed to be with when it's supposed to be smooth. Like, I understand a little here and there, like we trying to figure each other out. We trying to figure out how we like are in a relationship. But it's not hard to be in a relationship with somebody that actually likes you and loves you and wants to be with you. It's not hard. Like,
It's not.
it just goes. Like, you don't have all that extra disrespect, cheating, lying, all that sneaking around. You ain't gotta do all that because I feel like if I love a man, I'm not doing all that because I would never want him to do me like that. I mean, it sucks that sometimes in this lifestyle right now that we live, that sometimes it turns out like that. But like, it boils down to you have to find people that actually like you, want to date you, want to be with you, and then you go from there. A lot of people just be being with people just because, like, you
Listen,
ain't seen on Instagram.
Betty
You
Wright.
want to take a couple of little pajama pictures. So now you ain't stuck
Yeah.
around with Bob. You supposed to break up with Bob 3 months ago. You trying to hold it out until Thanksgiving and Christmas so you can take pictures. Like, that make no sense. You supposed to be
Listen,
broke up with Bob.
listen. I
Like that's your
remember
problem. Now you crying over Bob because he cheat on you. You didn't even like Bob.
at
What you
all.
crying for?
Listen,
Like,
I
you
remember
didn't
one
even like
time
Bob.
I was that person. I was crying over Bob. Knew I
Me
was supposed to
too.
be with Bob until I was listening to Betty Wright one day, and my mom was like a faithful Betty Wright person.
I
And
say I don't
we
like
had
it.
just had this fight. Me and this guy had just had this fight, and I got in the car. And Betty Wright came on, and I'm singing the I think it's like the whatever the song, the cleanup woman. I think, and she said, "A piece of man is better than no." But baby, I turned the radio off at that point. I said,
Turn
"Oh, she
up
been
because
lying
I
to me
can't sing that
all this
part.
time. I can't sing this no more.
I can't
I
sing
can't
it.
do it. No, thank you. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't do that. I don't even want a piece of it. People always ask me, like, are you okay with being single? Yes, I am okay with it. I am the only single woman in my family currently. The only one. And I'm okay with that. Because why? Like, I'm not rushing into anything. Yeah, like it's me and my baby all day long. I will pull up to Thanksgiving dressed up to hit. Like, I'm not doing all that. Like, I feel like, and I'm big on moving on. Like, it don't work out, you move on. Like, I'm not gonna be like dwelling on like, oh my God, like that could have been my husband. Like, because I feel like if it was your husband or if that is who you supposed to be with, it'll work. You ain't gotta do all that.
You say
you ain't gotta do that. You don't. You move on.
So you say that, and some women like so, and I know Brett is your podcast, but I just want to ask her because I was the person that had a hard time moving on. So for those women that are watching, how were you always that way? And then if you weren't, or how did you get to that space where you like, you know what, this is what it is. I accept the reality, and I'm going on.
I felt like they're I'm a firm believer in that God will put you in a situation, it will be worse before it gets better. So if you put a question mark somewhere where God put a period, you're gonna have a problem.
Mm.
Like God will create the devil, God will create so much hectic in your life that you have to leave this man alone because you can't do that. And I feel like I was put in a situation years ago where girl, you couldn't tell me this wasn't my man. I love him. He get married. What are you talking about? And he probably on here. I don't care. I love him. And then it was just like, you know what? Why is this so hard? Like we could never get on the same page. It was always something. Always havoc in our life. We could never be on the same page. And I'll never
Yeah.
forget my green said, you gonna get tired of going back and forth with him.
Mm.
So I can't tell you to leave him alone because I never left my husband alone. But you're gonna get tired. When you get tired, you're gonna walk away. I walked away because I understood that it don't take that much. It do not. Then you meet men that literally are doing the bare minimum. You like, ugh. Or you meet a man that is going to the stars. He just met you. This man ready to buy you a car, baby. He just met you. Like I feel like once you experience different lifestyles and different men, and you see like it ain't that hard. Like you don't have to. You don't gotta do all that. You don't have to. And I think
Yeah.
that's why I am the way I am because I have dated and I've seen. I've had people love me. I've been cared for. I've loved. I've cared for. I've been taken care of. Where I'm in that space in my life where I know damn well that it ain't gotta be that hard. Like
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
better
I feel
out
you
there
on
for
that.
sure.
And I was just gonna
It's
say,
out
yeah, some niggas like it depends on how the man meet you and feel about you. Now I will say, as a man, I already know some niggas just prepaying, them niggas tricking. You know what I'm saying? But it is men, like you said. You know, as soon as they meet you,
What are you
it's.
saying tricking? What are you talking about tricking?
Now I'm just
What
saying,
is tricking?
cause tricking, she tricking off, giving them money. And for
What
me, what
is
I
that?
believe
What is the
tricking is,
definition of tricking?
for me, what I believe tricking is, um, basically where men try to pay their weight in the game.
Mm.
And so I look at it
Okay.
like, cause I ain't gonna lie, a lot of men have messed that up. Cause like people look at high value men as people with six figures and stuff like that. And so a man can give you the illusion that he's a high value man just because he got that money, but he really, like we would say, he a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like just straight up. And what they do is they flood the market, the day market, by here, baby. Money ain't nothing. Money ain't nothing. But he really ain't worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? He just prepaying because he just
But
want to
again,
get
that
in the
goes back to
game.
like what you're. It goes back to what you're looking for. Like if he going after women that are looking for that type of energy, like you can't fall in my inbox and be like, "Hey, let me do this." Like, baby, I have my own money. Am I
But
gonna spend it with a nigga?
I
No,
feel
I
you.
am not.
But that
But
perception
I feel like
leaks
if that's the type
out
of woman that's
and
gonna
make
fight, for sure.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. But that perception there of that, it leaks out and it creates an expectation. Baby, if you ain't this and that. But the woman ain't really like that. It's just she ran across one nigga that got some money, but he really fuck nigga or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it the whole shit. Which I ain't saying ain't nothing wrong with tricking. I mean, I done tricked off. I mean, but in the same sense, it's like it does mess up the market for actual good guys and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It does
I
mess
mean, but
up
I
that
feel like it's a
market.
market. It's a
In
market for
itself,
men that are
yes,
like that,
yes, but
and there's a
yeah,
market
but
for men that are not
women
like that.
that
Like I feel
it
like you
is,
have to
but
know
it
what you
can
want.
leak. It can leak over though. That's all I'm saying. It can leak over into the other lane. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah,
But
it got its
yeah,
own lane.
I mean, like I just don't think. I mean, if you're actually courting a woman correctly, you gonna spend some
Yeah.
cash. Like you ain't gotta
A
be
lot of
like
people look at
you
it
know
like that. A lot of people look at
you
it like
gon'
that.
ain't
But for
nothing in this
me,
world free. Like I guys say all the time, like oh I don't pay for nothing. Like
yeah.
um if you go on a couple of dates with a woman and you have spent X amount X Y and Z on this woman, and then by date 5 now you in slept with her. baby, you put a ticket on that pussy. I'm sorry.
You
Like
did.
that. I
Yeah,
mean, you might have
especially
not
because
just.
you knew that was your intent. You know,
Thank you.
but
You might
but
you
not
but
put.
you
She might not
paid
give you a price
I
you
feel
tag.
paid the play.
y'all.
You paid the play.
I feel y'all,
You
And
but
spent
she
your
knew
money
it.
on
it ain't
something.
She
always
knew it.
that though.
She knew
It
it.
ain't
No,
always
she
that
knew.
though. Cause yes, we look at the woman like, yo, you attractive. If we fuck with you, we know we'll smash. We know that our tops. But a
And you
lot
know
of
she gonna
times
say so.
though, yeah, exactly. But that ain't our motive behind paying for it though. You know,
Yes,
like
it
I done
is.
been on. Now I'm being real. I'm being real. I'm being dead ass. I'm telling y'all the truth.
Yeah, but
Dead ass. It ain't always the motive because I want to smash now. Because I look at some women like I want to get to know her. Like I probably ain't even sexually attracted to her yet because I ain't even been around her yet to know if I'm sexually attracted to her. I mean, yeah, the body play a part, but also that intellect. Because for me, I know I just can't lay down and have sex with anybody. I'm not gonna make it a transaction because that shit'll be weird as hell to me. And so that's why I say it's not always that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can take a girl out on a date multiple times, you know, and not blink an eye about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I genuinely enjoy getting to know her. If we knocking boots,
I
we
mean,
knock
I just
boots.
don't
If we
believe there's
don't,
men
it's
out
cool.
here. I don't believe there's men out here that you're not taking. Y'all are not taking females out that you're not sexually attracted to that are spending money. I feel like when again, what I said, men are taught to provide. If you
Facts.
providing this woman a meal and you making sure she having a good time and I mean, it might be one time where you like, no, like I just like Shorty, like this and that. But if you doing it
Yeah.
multiple times, you putting a ticket on that. She might not have gave you a price. She probably ain't never said like this how much this costs. But at the end of the day,
Facts. No, I got you.
somebody got their hand out, and you gonna be
Yeah.
mad if you ain't spent $500 on a date and little mama went home. Like, bitch, what's going on? Can I say bitch on here? Mom, sorry.
Yeah, you good. You good.
But yeah,
I
like I
think
feel like men be like not,
I mean,
it's
y'all not
free. Like
wrong.
everything
Y'all
ain't
not
nothing
wrong
like
at all.
ain't nothing free.
You right, you right. Y'all ain't wrong, but I know from experience for myself. Like I done been on like dates with a girl multiple times. You know, I ain't never tripped. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually enjoyed myself. Me, I would pay for. I guess you could look at it more like a platonic type thing. And so it's like you can actually enjoy somebody company. Like when you
yeah.
ain't enjoying the experience, you really ain't fucked up at the tab. That's either sexual or non-sexual. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely believe that.
Well,
Yeah,
well, y'all.
yeah. It
Oh,
it
go
can
ahead, sis. Go ahead.
happen,
No,
but
no,
if
no. Go
we're not
ahead.
gonna act like I said
Yeah, yeah.
it
No,
can
no, no.
happen, but I do
I'm
agree
with
with
you.
part that
No,
at
I feel you.
after multiple times that sexual healing that
I ain't gonna
energy
cap.
gets
Once I done
there.
spent a certain amount, once I done spent a certain amount, either your ass
That's
grabbed.
Exactly.
that's why
Exactly.
that's why I want to go on certain types of dates with men. Like I like
Yeah, yeah.
before I was dating, like I had one offer to take me on cruises. I was like, nah, nigga, I'm not gonna be in
I'm not doing that because
no
I know
room with you for 5 days, and then
because I already know you trying to smash. Don't even worry about it.
we
Don't
get
even
back to the
worry.
steak side, and you got a whole attitude. No, oh,
Now you
I got to
mad
deal with you and your attitude on this
Beautiful.
boat in the middle of the ocean. No,
because
so
we
Yeah.
I'm
on
gonna just
day
tell you
three and
no.
we on day three and I ain't gave it up. Now I'm a hoe. Now you on Facebook talking about me. Like
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah,
money hungry because I thought you just want to have a good time with me. In real life,
Oh.
you wanted something else.
and
Like
just
that's why I
say it.
always tell people you gotta keep it real with me. If you trying to
Just
take me out,
say
cause
it.
you gotta tell me if you trying to do some other things. Let me know so I can say no. I don't want to go. I'm good. Don't
I'm
ask me to go
straight.
to Greece. I don't want to go to Greece. For the dude that asked me to go on a trip last week, I don't want to go.
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm,
think
not at
I
all.
think you want something from me. I don't want to go.
Nah, I feel you on that. I feel you. I feel you. Well, ladies, it has been a pleasure. I really appreciate y'all. This has been the
It
best one yet so
has.
far.
I'm sorry for being late.
Now
Sorry.
you good, yo.
Let me
Hey,
explain.
yeah, you a work woman. You got to understand.
Mm,
Well, y'all, until next time, we're gonna
Nice
have
meeting
another
you,
girls talk
Faith.
the week
I'm
after
glad to be here
next.
too.
All right. Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all. Everybody appreciate you for checking in. We're gonna call it a wrap. Everybody enjoy your night. Be safe. Safe travels to you. Appreciate you, sis. Love you. And we shall be in contact, y'all.
All right, bye.